This is going to be Siege of Niuzao Temple as a Mistweaver monk. Final Mists of Pandaria dungeon. Again, there aren't very many of those.
We must not falter.
I remember a little bit about this run.
Beware the western wind.
So we start like inside this tree here. Gotta fight some burrowing insects or something. So that's a protection paladin, right? This particular paladin, yes it is. I recall, is perhaps the only person here who knows what they're doing. That includes me. I remember a lot of attempting to explain things to people who weren't entirely getting it in here. Let's see how that ends up looking. So beginning of this dungeon has like a whole bunch of... let's see, I think I've only actually been to this dungeon twice total. Once here and once time walking. So I do not know this one very well at all. There's kind of this long sequence inside this tree first. That just feels weird and disconnected from everything else that's going on. I don't know where we're going or what we're doing. It kind of looks like you could go off to the side there, but I guess that's probably actually blocked off. I don't know though, it almost looks like you could fit through those gaps. I haven't tried though. Increase the damage taken from Resin Flake by 10% and something else. I think it boosts damage also? Well, I can't do anything. Helate on hands. I see that forbearance. I see saw the health bar fill up. So you can just sort of go to the middle here. At least here you can. Okay, so there is boss. I see that growing pile of sap in the middle. And everybody else staying out of it, so maybe I should too. I'm not. Warlock and I are standing in it. Oh, who else do we have, by the way? Retribution Paladin and... that must be a Feral Druid? Or Balanced Druid? Feral, yeah. Couldn't get a sentence out, huh? Alright then. Okay, yeah, so this goes way quicker when it's not on time walking. We're almost done with the tree section, I think. There's like shields and amber and stuff going on here. Some kind of mechanics. I got stunned that one time, and maybe there was something I could have done about that. Things are slowing me down. Sticky sap, sure. Holy Shotgun, that's a name, is just way up ahead. Doing whatever he wants. Just assuming the rest of us will catch up, which we will, eventually. From the stuff I've read, I've heard this was kind of a disliked dungeon back in the day, and I can understand why. We'll see, there are some mechanics later that are a little weird. Once I saw them a couple of times, they seemed reasonable enough. Now hang on, no, I must have done this 3 times, because I remember 2 runs that were not this one. That adds up to 3, so yeah. Is that thing gonna open when we kill these things? I guess so. Okay. So around the inside of this tree, kill something in the middle. Then we come out here. Oh, we're here already. Rear staging area. Yeah, so this is the spot. This is why I assume people don't like this dungeon. There might be other reasons. But yeah, weird things are going to happen right in this spot.
We're still stuck in the middle of the entire mended army. Look out there.
Commander Vojak.
For us to take head on.
Check in adventure guide for anything I need to pay attention to.
But we'll need your help, heroes.
Dungeon guide, however, does not describe what happens next here. I'm just looking ahead at things we're not fighting now. Alright, so everybody sees this paladin jump down here, so okay, this must be the way to go. Let's go follow him. Wait, what are you? Are you you're a female blood elf. Okay, I thought you were something else from there. Only me. Go up. Alright. So she wants to be down there on her own.
Lee and Lo, get the sap into position. Let's get this party started, shall we?
So I don't know what we're doing up here, but I'll follow her request.
Attacking the might of the mended head on? Your deaths will be swift.
She's put down a little marker on the ground, so that's star there.
From their bones.
All bomb to star.
Brothers are coming up the ramp. Use the sap to slow them down.
The way that druid picked up that bomb. Just sort of like stuck it on his horns up top there. That was weird. All bomb to star. So this strategy is not something that I saw happen. So right, click on it to pick it up, then I'm slow, then I can target
Bomb the platform. Send
a
in
particular
the
spot.
wing.
The amber wing is flying in. Watch out.
People aren't quite following those instructions. Yeah, so all the other times I've seen this dungeon have not been done this way. I don't know what's supposed to be happening here. Like, there's a completely different way to do this. I'll have to show another run at some point where we do what seems to be the more conventional strategy. She gets annoyed. Somebody threw bomb to another place.
Demolishers, get in there. Leave nothing but a pile of ash.
So I'm kind of getting the idea of what's going on here at this
Carrying
point.
explosives. Any direct hit will blow them up.
So this stuff I'm throwing slows things down and I think deals some damage and can also slow down any characters who are down there. I don't know when you want this.
Wing, get in there.
Druid's down there because, I mean,
Rounds.
a feral druid needs to be in melee to do anything useful. Why do you want to be the only one down there? I just don't know what she's trying to do. Somebody else put a bomb there again. Bombard the platform. Okay, so that's up there. She's not doing anything about it. I could throw this. I guess I'm just not seeing any reason to because nobody is there. Nothing is really happening other than we're taking damage from this thing. I can heal a little bit while I'm holding it.
Warriors, trample these weaklings.
Okay, so Retribution Paladin hit the flying thing. I guess not affected by tank stuff, so she assumed she could just be down there and do this. I guess the idea is she gets all the threat, holds the things in the amber bombs where they just die to the stuff on the ground so the rest of us don't have to do so much work, I guess? I don't know. Need more bomb. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just from like watching the whole situation here, I do think she's the only one who had done this dungeon before among this group, maybe.
Everyone, send everything.
I know I'm sight reading and the others seem to be too.
You're making us look like fools. Those who failed us
I'm a little out of my comfort zone here because I just don't know like
called the
what's supposed to be what's supposed to be going on here. Like,
finish this myself then.
I'm just staying here. It's like, I'll keep the health bars full from here. I guess. Best I can. Commander Vojak, that's the boss. The sap interacts with him too. Somehow. Let's see what this paladin decides to do. So yeah, every other group I've been here with has just stayed everybody on top of the platform, just throw the bombs down, and deal with things as they come up the ramp, and it's been fine. So don't stand in whirlwinds, as usual. Weird things happen with this particular boss's pathing sometimes. I see him do this charge move way down the ramp and other runs here. He just did it over there to where I guess he targets a player, and maybe people like to stand down the ramp to make him run through the tar or something? Okay, so the caustic tar must be the things that we're dropping there. Okay, so he charges and whirlwinds. So you're going to take a couple of ticks of that as you regain control of yourself in the air, I guess. So that seems unavoidable. Just don't be grouped up. It's normal mode though, so he dies real quick. That didn't take much.
Lee and Lo, go look after our friends down below.
Okay. Now what are we doing? Paladin's mounted up and is like zooming way off ahead, just assuming everybody else will follow her. We will eventually. Oh, there's a quest in here. Okay. So free prisoners. Got it. Although, sure, you can mount up. We have to wait for that door to open. It's not open yet. It could be a,
This gate is locked. But I think
what's that guy's name in Shadowfang Keep? Oh boy, I forget. But, you know, the dude you have to walk in front of doors to get him. Deathstalker Commander Belmont, that's the one. Could be a Deathstalker Commander Belmont situation.
Whoops. Did I say 30? I meant 3.
The delivery of that voice line really did not match the action, but okay.
You must stop the siege.
Okay, you're mounted up again. Great. What are you doing? Like, you're just running all over the place. Not cleaning up any of the messes you're making. Here we go. Okay. She has a plan, I guess. What's this wind thing on the ground I'm standing in? Doesn't seem like it's particularly doing damage. That health bar does not stay full. Gotta work pretty actively on it here. Freeing prisoners mid-combat, of course. Whoa, that was cool. Oh man, that must be a Destruction Warlock thing. I don't know what ability that is. I've never played one of those. Someday I should try. Some sort of multi-incinerate thing. I guess I haven't had an occasion to show my Demonology Warlock yet. You'll see him someday. He's fun. I had another run that I was going to show today, which involved a different healer. Sadly, I managed to delete it when I was cleaning up some other video footage. I have a complicated system for this because I end up with like a whole lot of spare footage that I don't end up using here. I have to clean it up occasionally, but it turns out sometimes I sweep up the wrong things. It's fine though, it wasn't that big a deal, but it was something I wanted to show. When boss gets shield, he will drop bomb. I will pull ads, use bomb to kill him. Wait, what? Use bomb? Once again, this is not how you do this. It's how she decided though. This doesn't sound like the right strategy to me. Because those bombs are for a different purpose. I don't know, I feel like I was kind of dragged along in a weird experimental route through this dungeon. Just seems a little unconventional to me, based on what I've seen otherwise through here. I don't know, though. I don't know this dungeon very well. Yeah. Boss get shield. Whoa, okay, that's unfortunate. Alright, so... why did they all glom onto me there? Because I was doing some healing, and she couldn't get threat quick enough. Yeah, so obviously that was a terrible plan. She was going for like several groups of them. Somehow my actions resulted in all the threat going to me. Theoretically, if I had known exactly... Oh, somebody left. Okay, can't blame them. Looks like it was the balanced druid. Yeah. Sorry. Feral druid. That's the one. Alright, we get somebody else. Some people just do this. They just leave after their first death. It's like, oh no, I died. The dungeon's over. Alright, time to go. I don't get it. Not sure if any more words get said here. I can tell the player of this paladin is not in a particularly good mood here. Alright, so we're dealing with those before what's-his-name comes back. Guardian of Ancient Kings, that's nice, that'll help you out. So I guess let's see, theory would be, again, if I had known exactly what was going on, I could have taken a different action there by avoiding casting any Renewing Mist or anything until the Paladin had had a few seconds of getting everybody grouped up, standing in the consecration and stuff, and then hit her with the big healing spells to keep her alive while she has threats, keeping things off of me. But, like, I didn't know what was going on. That explanation was not really sufficient. And also she wasn't able to generate threat as quickly as it seemed like she thought she could. So we're taking them out before boss time. This is a much, much better plan. You know, don't try and do these ridiculous fancy things with just a random group of people who have never seen the dungeon before. One more prisoner to free.
You cannot stop my forces.
Your speech has extra clicks in it. Because you're an insect thing. Okay, so another charge at random party members thing. What's your name? General Pavalak. Okay. Alright, something hit everybody for a little bit. Nothing an Essence Font won't take care of. Alright, Blade Rush looked to be targeted to a location. Okay, so we got a Hunter. That's the new one here. Alright. Yeah, so that shield... he is going... Okay, so there are additional dudes there. So bombs are being thrown. What you're supposed to do here is pick up those bombs and throw at the shield to break the shield. I don't currently know that. I may have read a little bit about this in the adventure guide, but it didn't describe it this specifically. I'm moving to her location because a bunch of dudes are on me. Last time I tried to do that, I died. But it's still the right action. So I'll try again and see if it goes any better. Yeah, from what I know of a Protection Paladin, they don't have the greatest tools for, like, gaining threat on a big group of things without planting their feet somewhere and dragging them through consecration. And, you know, the Paladin wants to stand in consecration, too. So that Hammer of the Righteous will hit everybody, Shield of the Righteous will hit everybody. Hey, look! Ring of Peace! So yeah, I had learned to use it at this point. It's a cool ability when I think of it. There weren't a lot of bombs going to the shield there. Holy Shotgun may have been the only one who was doing it. I did see her throw at least one. Maybe the shield just goes away after a while, regardless. Yeah, so there's a bomb. Bomb the boss. Yes. That's what you're actually supposed to do with these. So at some point during this encounter I figure out you can pick those up and throw them. Though I'm busy minding health bars and stuff. That's not necessarily my job, but also I can do it as a healer. Siege explosives, there we go. Ah, okay, I figured it out. My mage went through this dungeon. That's how I did it a third time. So once on this character, once on my mage, also normal, once in time walking. Yeah, that's how it was. Ooh, Hunter's hurting. I can save him. So yeah, if you leave those explosives there too long, of course, they'll explode. That's what they do. But pick them up quick and throw them back, and you'll take down the shield quicker, I think. Ring of Peace! Didn't happen to do anything that time, but it could have. It does signal to the rest of the party, like, hey, I feel the need to keep things off of me, so please do your job and do that quicker, if you can. There we go. So that kind of feels like the end of the dungeon here, but like there's this weird extra little bit with one more boss on it. Gotta free another prisoner. There we go, somebody did it. And now it's impossible to free that prisoner because the quest is done. Because I can only count to 12. That one gets to stay in prison. How sad. Okay, this is a little before this boss, I guess. Got it. Yeah, so I think I had focused most of my, whoa, what happening to me? I'm encased in amber. Okay, that was unpleasant. I get hand of protection, that's nice. Could have helped, but again, was a little late for that to help. I don't know which paladin put that on me, doesn't matter. One of them did. You're out of line of sight. What are these crackling noises? Also, I'm hurting a lot. Why am I taking damage? I heard somebody cast Flash of Light. The way those sounds are playing makes it sound like they're originating at my character. But I don't see anything. Like, what is happening here? So Tichondrius, as a server, kind of has a little bit of a reputation for aggressive players. There are a few possibly valid reasons for that, and I've certainly seen... I don't like to stereotype, but, you know, when I know a stereotype exists, it makes it real obvious when something agrees with it. I've seen a lot of things that do agree with that. And this is sort of an example of the stereotypical Tichondrius style play here. You have a lot to say, huh? Wing Leader Neranok. Okay. So this is kind of a cool encounter. We're going to do this back and forth thing. Lifts off and flies to the other end of the bridge. So I had read about this in the adventure guide. You got to get quickly to that location. Somebody got there faster. And of course it is this particular player. Yeah, so there's wind that starts when he reaches the other end. Makes it a little harder to get through. Being a monk, I can use roll or chi torpedo if I've talented into it, which at this point I haven't, to fight better against the wind. Paladin has Divine Steed. She probably used both charges the first time getting over there. So I suspect one person needs to go there and hit Neranok. Yeah, somebody hit him. Oh, it was a pet. Or maybe just, like, use a hard interrupt or something. I'm not sure which. Then the winds stop and everybody else can reach that location. I will build the bridge. Yeah, so there's like a bridge being built here out of, you know, manted materials going somewhere. Maybe the temple we're trying to protect is just beyond that bridge or something? I don't know. Anyway, that's that dungeon. Insect death noises. Alright then. And yeah, that was people having a little bit of a bad time in this dungeon. I didn't have the worst time. I didn't really like my time here. This kind of soured me a little bit on this dungeon in general, but the next 2 times I ran it, it was like super much better. It was all about the particular party leader I had here. You know, she had her idea. Maybe if everybody had been on her wavelength, then everything would have gone great, but, you know, we were not. It's fine, though. Alright, so that's Siege in Niuzao Temple. See you next time.